Fling Show. The Fling Show. Y'all wanna learn about the mystery of flight. Y'all wanna hear about the scene done right. So kill your TV and just come outside. We're gonna take you on a beautiful ride. The Fling Show. The Fling Show. The Fling Show.
Hey, welcome to the Fling Show tonight. We got an incredible show for you tonight. We have live in studio Nate Clark and Brian Reisinger. They are in the match play of the intermediate, and we're going to be watching a little bit of that footage tonight, and they're going to be doing live commentary. How exciting is that? And tonight we have the first annual Fling Show Awards for 2020, because we got to have some more goodness for 2020, right? So, Kimmy, yeah.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, how are you, man?
I'm great.
All
How
right.
you guys doing?
Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait for the show.
Yeah, me too. So we've been working really hard on this thing, or I know you have. You have, right?
I have.
Okay.
I have. I promise.
All right. Well, it's been a crazy ride on the Fling Show, and it seems like it's been 5 years, but we're just doing 1 year. It's like this is
8 months.
8 months. That's crazy.
8 months.
So we decided to wrap up the year, even though it hasn't been a full year. We're gonna call it a full damn year, is what it was. So we're gonna wrap it up with some cool stuff. Spent a little time in Weatherford.
I saw that over the weekend for
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, I did not play. When you're at my in-laws' house, you're looking at baskets, a sea of baskets in front of you, out the front door. It's amazing. It's unbelievable, and I didn't play at all. I was in family mode, my presents is what I gave them for Christmas.
I did see that your father-in-law decided to go ahead and put on a little something to keep you entertained, though. A little disc
That's
golf
right.
he found, huh?
That's right, and this is twice. My brother's done this. He texted me when it first came out, the Pro Tour, when it was playing on ESPN. My brother said, "Hey, you got to see this." And my brother's a ball golfer. He doesn't play disc golf at all. My older brother, but no, we were just hanging out. Everybody had left, and it was just my family and my in-laws. And all of a sudden, disc golf on the big screen, and we watched some disc golf. It was really, really cool. And it was Charlotte's in Charlotte at Hornets Nest, the course that I've played and I'm familiar with. So felt like it gave me a little cred.
Awesome. Well, that is great. Well, I have been looking so forward to this show because it is the end of the year for us, and it's our award show that Hemi and I had sat down and meticulously thought about and gone over all the things that happened this year. So I always wanted to lead it off, to winner of the week, which was me. Obviously, I got first place. I beat Matt really bad last week on Tuesday. Then I took third place. Oh, we're not talking about that award show? Dang!
No.
I always miss my pat on the back. It's always these pros that get on the pat on the back. And as you know, I don't believe in all that. I like my group of people. I like the intermediate, the rec, the advanced guys. So the awards show that we have for you today is set up in that fashion and form because I think promoting those people and those groups of people are the most important things that we can do on the Fling Show here. So that's kind of what we did. It did. I hope that you enjoyed the montage that we're about to have for you. And Matt should be able to play this award show here in just a moment. You tell us when it's ready to go, but I hope you all enjoy it, folks. Connell Stillwagon, Northside Christian Church, hole 7, draining a well over 100-foot putt. Just amazing to see this young man grow. His game is incredible. That putt was amazing. And for anyone who's played this course before, y'all can tell by how far he is running. That is one incredibly long shot. Now this young man right here, he is not from around these parts, but he has started to fit in extremely well. Mr. Jason Maith, our 2020 McKimmey Match Play Advanced Division champion. Well, as we all know, hitting trees is funny. And Brian, he hits them with the best. Doesn't wait long. Hits that one right up front. We love you for it. And then his best buddy here, old Mr. Will, should be flicking, but nope. Right into the tree. Oh.
I'll check after check.
Yeah.
You guys are live.
That was exciting. Oh my gosh, I love that. I'm so excited for our awards, and congrats to all the winners out there. A shout out to Lucky Ace and LSD. I have to admit, once I saw the nominee, what it was going for, I'm like, I don't know which one. And the fact that you bring something different, congratulations to you both. Well deserved. Also, shout out to our, biggest putt of the year. We have Connell and also Jason Maith. I got to witness those in person. Man, that day was so exciting to watch them battle it out. So we also have John
Montenegro,
man. He came out of the blue, right? Like match play coming along, and then all of a sudden, the guys, the juniors around here thought, oh, they know who they were up against, and then here comes John, and then he blew us away for the rest of the year. Like, woo! Also, shout out to the Club of the Year. How honored it is for Chick Station Change. Shout out to Nikki Wyatt. I'm sorry, raising that baby, Kelsey Sweeten. Y'all worked super, super hard, and Nikki taking it nationwide.
Yeah,
Dude,
definitely.
like mind blowing, and I hope that I can represent in this clinic as well. Chick Station Change coming up in January. By the way, January 23rd. Right now, I have the details in works. Okay, but I want to give a shout out to, we have a Southside Ladies League, y'all, and they are making moves. They have minis going on, they have low golf going on, so if you're in the south side of Houston, tune in, get on their page. They got stuff going on, okay? And we also had our match play of the year. That was between Mayo, Jeff Franklin, Fuller, and Jason Mays. And I think I was following that card if I had an opportunity. Actually, I maybe did that live, and it just blows my mind, the talent we have here in Houston. So anyways, congrats again to you guys, and share your thoughts.
Yeah, no doubt. That was a fun one to watch and to be a part of and to learn from. I mean, I learned a lot from that. We learned how to kind of structure this whole thing from it, and how to moving forward.
Thank you, Charles.
Yeah. And thanks to the players for being so kind and offering their support and their direction on how to do this, because we're Chris and I, we've always kind of leaned on smarter people to make things happen, and it works. It's amazing. But yeah, it was fun. I guess I filmed that putt with Jason, that long bomb putt.
I got Connells. I got Connells.
You got
and you got
Connells,
Jason's.
yeah.
Yep.
And so I had forgotten about that, but I mean, I saw so many great putts, especially from Jason. Jason caught fire that weekend.
It was hard. There were other putts like you mentioned. I mean, that were
The
just
elevated
hard.
putt. We didn't have that one because that came from somebody that was watching Jason, and the
Down in the
elevated
retention
on hole
pond.
13.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was an amazing putt. But
There were others. There were many, many others. Aaron Gilroy's putt to push it into overtime, to take that one. The last two, the pressure that they were under. I mean, there were many pressure putts, but for distance and timing, those two were really hard to pass up.
yeah, it's almost like we slowed it down as soon as he let it go. The putt from Jason, we're like, okay, when's it gonna get there? And it finally goes in the basket.
Right.
Because it took a long time to get there, but that was a good 100-foot putt.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, congrats on that. We got to talk, again about the newcomer businesses, because you can't have this award go to anybody but Lone Star and Lucky Ace. You got to combine them, because you got one manufacturer and then you got somebody selling the stuff, and not just selling the stuff, but Jay, man, is putting together a team and just kind of mixing it up in the community and making waves and getting his logo out there and just being everywhere at once.
You can't, I mean, it pops off the screen. Everybody's wearing their shirt. Every time I turn around, someone's throwing a disc, the back of their shirt, Lucky Ace. I mean, it's amazing what he's done in such a short time.
Great job, Jay.
LSD, the same thing. Congratulations to both of you. Well done, well deserved.
Yep. And then, John Montenegro. I mean, what would the year have been without? I mean, it wouldn't have been quite as exciting, or maybe it would have. We don't know, but the way it just boosted the scene from the juniors, and then of course he jumped right in there and tearing up into the AMs and all that. But just bringing attention to the youngsters, and there are a lot of them out there, and I'm looking forward to the next time we run this thing from the juniors. And
He's bringing attention to a lot of the advanced players right now after taking that Southern Star duo as well.
Yeah,
So he's
yeah.
bringing attention to himself, to these other guys. He's putting y'all on notice quickly. That was one of the easy ones to pick out right there. I had no problems with that one, because the moment we saw him play the first time, he let go of a disc. I was filming him and I was like, that's not a junior. And
Yeah.
I remember asking him, I go, hey, so what are you averaging in your drives? He goes, oh, about 450. And I was like, that's a different breed right there.
Yeah, and really smooth putt. Congrats on that one, John. It's great to have you in the community. The Chicks, Chasing Chains. Finally learned how to say that one after 4 or 5 months of practice. We practice it every night. That's our warm up.
It is.
Actually, before we do the fling show,
Yep.
we say Chicks Chasing Chains
Chains.
9 times, and we're ready to go.
It took us forever because we were stumbling in our tongues for a while. It was
Forgot
terrible.
what you used to say.
Oh, you don't know when to know what I used to say. I don't want to go back because then I'll remember it again.
Yeah,
So
but yeah, it's exciting to watch that club grow and to be a part of that, and to go out there and shed some, put some video on that. Always, I love it. Love Bandit. I love, wherever they go, we'll be there and we'll film that thing. Match of the year, match play, the McHenry Fling Show match play championship spectacular match play of the year. Say that 9 times, but man, that was easily. It was the advanced division took that one
yeah, it was. Whew.
hands down.
Shout out to that intermediate. Nothing that they didn't do as well. I mean, that was an incredible match all the way down to the end. A couple of those putts, especially with refit. But what they did in that advance from beginning to end, the long putts, it just didn't matter. Somebody could be closer, but the first guy to putt was hitting it.
No doubt.
It was just like,
And not just that, and something we've talked about a lot is the clutch pushes. That were the 20-footers and the 25-footers. Those are the money shots. that kept it going.
Yeah, because somebody already hit a 40-footer.
Right, I know.
So they had to hit a 20-footer.
But those are not easy, you know. I mean, I played yesterday out at River Grove, and I could not make a 20-footer, and those guys made every single one of them. It seemed like they didn't miss any of those, you know, that we're expecting them to push. They pushed.
Right.
But anyway, congrats. Hey, good job on the video, too.
I appreciate that. A shout out to all the winners. We didn't get to mention my favorite episode, which is also Tree Hit of the Year award, which no one here knew about that, so I just kind of introduced that to them now. And the winner, of course, our lovely Meredith Gary for her contribution to the show there. You know, as y'all could see at the end of the show, there was a little montage of a couple of our favorites also, Mr. Will Hickey and Mr. Brian Trahan hitting the first trees as well. So honorable mention to you too. So you know how I love you guys. Thank y'all so much. But to end this, you know, to me, the only thing that I didn't put in there that I thought was looking forward to 2021 and what we do here at the Fling Show is that we promote people moving forward. And so I have 5 people that I think moving forward to keep an eye on. There was a list of 20, 25, trust me. So anyone that leave off this list, please don't take exception to it because you know how I feel about you. But in no specific order, in no specific group, my first one was Steven Shannon. I think that young man is putting in the work.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's got the work ethic. He got the people behind him. And I can't wait to see what he does coming forward. I'm going to go ahead and just get it over with. There's 2 guys on this show that are coming on here in just a moment that both of them, if need be, they get that mind right and that putt right and they get that consistency right. I see them both moving right past the intermediate, right past that advanced and getting ready to go into the pro and just making the decision whether or not that's what they want to do. And that's Mr. Brian Reisinger and Mr. Nate Clark. I got a shout out to my love division, which is the rec division. Chase, you know, I've been watching you since you couldn't throw at 15 feet and went behind you. You're the other guy that I think that is the one to watch that I think that's going to move directly from intermediate to advanced next year. I can't say that's going to happen, but I think with his arm talent and with his work ethic and with the people around him, he's another gentleman that you have to watch. And last but not least, and I'm only staying with the men right now, is Jason Maith. I think that he's going to make some huge strides. I see him just moving forward with Lucky Ace being behind him as their sponsor. They got an incredible team behind them. They're out in front. They're always visible. That's another one I have to watch as well. Not to take anything away, I can name 15 other guys right off the top of my tongue, but those are my 5 to watch. And in the female division, I have Dominique Whitehead. I think if she can get that putt right and she can get that up game, her close putt right, she's going to be one to watch from moving to rec into intermediate and from intermediate to advanced and maybe into the pros in the future. Is Mr. Katie Maddox right there out there in Conroe, Texas. So that's who I have moving forward. Do you have anybody you want to add to that list, Timmy?
Brian Trahan.
Okay,
I think Brian showed he's come a long way in the last match play he did with us. It was pretty impressive. Will Hickey. I've been doing a little bit of work, field work with Kim Garcia, and Kim, once she gets the form down, the proper form, because she's got the willpower and she's got she's a great athlete. And she has a great mind for the sport.
She played behind us the other day.
Oh, she did?
And I saw her come through, and I told her how I was watching her drives and her putts. Of course, she was pushing her baby. She's pushing her baby as usual, and she's always out there throwing. So you're right. That's somebody's putting in the time and the effort to get better. Someone to watch on the female side. That is for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Meredith?
How about you, Meredith?
Well, I have, let's say y'all kind of given a shout out on the north side. I'm going to give a shout out to on the south side. We have Chloe Foster coming up, sponsored by Gorilla Disc Golf. And also, shout out to you coming up. Woohoo, so excited. But I'm so excited about going live with Nate Clark, Brian Reisinger tonight. They're going to go live doing commentary on our match play, intermediate match play. So tune in, enjoy, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Well, welcome guys. Look at this. Our second in-studio viewers of the year. Did we ever think it was going to come to this? Did we ever think it was going to happen? No. But last week we had Lucky Ace. This week we have Mr. Brian Reisinger right here, our champion of the intermediate match play division. And we have Mr. Nate Clark, a participant, a winner of the first part of our intermediate bracket as well. It was an incredible match. I cannot wait to kind of go through and review this whole match, because to tell you the truth, like I said, it was very difficult when it came to match of the year. This was my second choice because, man, it was amazing out there. How did you feel when you were throwing out there, Brian?
I felt good, man. It was probably one of the best rounds I've played all year, to be honest with you. Started out kind of rough, but ended up pretty good.
I remember after asking you when we interviewed you, the first thing you said out of your mouth, you said you didn't think it was going to be that hard.
It was the most nervous I've ever been playing around with disc golf. No lie. And I don't know why. Just was.
Yeah, well, maybe sometimes when everybody's watching every shot, every throw, all the time, along with the guys that you're playing against, which was talent galore. I've always said the difference between rec, intermediate, and advanced in Houston, Texas is the day of the week and how the wind's blowing and how your putts are going. Nate, what did you think about that day and that competition and that whole event? Because obviously you had to play the first event, so you already knew going into the end that you were going to be able to be in the Final Four. So how'd that feel?
Anxious was probably the best word to describe it. Just knowing a date that I have to go out there and perform really well, and performing against, like you said, pretty good talent in our division. You have to basically be as consistent as possible, and the most consistent wins.
Oh, yes, it does. Well, Matt, are we going to be able to go ahead and roll into this? Or
Yeah, is that iPad ready for you there?
I don't see anything on it right now, but I think we can fix that here in a second. But to tell you the truth, it was fun for me to watch it. And you can feel it when you're in between them, that you can feel the tension, even though they have smiles on their faces. Even before the round, I try to talk to each of them, see how you're feeling, how the body's feeling, seeing if you're mentally okay, seeing how y'all are doing. It's amazing the confidence that you see from them. And then in the end, after it's all over, the exhaustion mentally from those kinds of rounds is pretty incredible, and we never expected to see that, and it's been a pleasure for us as Kimmy match play, that's for sure, to watch things like that. Definitely. So what did he say that we got to
Right.
do?
So I'll just let you guys know to hit play. So in 3, 2, all right. That's good.
All right, so we're going to talk you through match play, a little rough. Please give us a break, but Brian, can you see that? Do we need to move that a little closer to you?
Scoot just a little
All right.
There we go. Perfect.
All right, so we still playing, Matt?
Yep.
All right, so here we are, Wynwood Presbyterian Church. What do you think about that course?
Oh, I love it, man. I think it's one of the best ones on the north side for sure.
Nate?
It's definitely one of the best ones on the north side. Kind of a hidden gem. Not a lot of people know about it when you actually bring it up to them.
Any kind of your home course?
I'm about 12 minutes away from it, yeah. I'm about in the middle of it and north side. Mm-hmm. So I play there a lot.
Right on.
Yeah.
So is it still going, Matt, or what are we doing?
Should be.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going.
All right, Nate, you're up.
Yep.
So what are you thinking right here? First shot of the tournament.
Just throw it a little bit of hyzer flats, a Buzz SS, so just let it do its thing. I know it's going to go straight.
Not much wind that day either, was it?
Not
wasn't too
starting
bad.
off, not that I can remember, no.
Yeah. I don't think there was much wind that whole day until you get towards that baseball field.
Exactly. And then you get a lot of that wind coming off the traffic and stuff.
Brian, what are you throwing here?
4-time Buzz.
Another Buzz. What are you thinking?
Well, he just parked it, so I'm thinking I have to park it.
Well, I can see you just parked it. So this was one of those holes that you think that you're going to have to get a birdie on, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, definitely. If pretty much in any division, you have to pick up the birdie on that one.
That is a hole that you got to get started on.
Well,
You don't
yeah,
want to get
easiest
behind
hole, of
early
course.
either.
No, definitely do not want to be trying to play catch up.
Okay. Now, after you birdie this hole, are you thinking already? Don't get behind. Keep pace. He's throwing first. He's leading off. I'm matching him. What are your thoughts going into the second
Well,
hole?
after that birdie, going into hole 2, I'm thinking just hit the gap. Because that gap off the tee is no joke, man. So,
Yes.
What do you think about on hole 2? What's your first thought when you get to this tee box?
God help me.
That's not a real good thought. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there.
It's kind of a poke and pray. If you look at the video, it's kind of a poke and pray. The lines kind of morphed over the years. So
I missed the old one.
and so do I. The wraith that I threw didn't quite work out for me, as you can tell.
You still feeling comfortable about getting a 3 there?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
a 3, especially with the line and how it's a little muddled through there, and if you don't take the ante route and whatnot, yeah, it's a tough 2 to pick up.
All right,
It's
Brian,
funny.
so what do you think?
We both peered the gap, but they were both bad shots. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I just juiced this upshot, almost hit the catch cam guy.
Yeah. So
Sorry about that, Matt.
My thought is just lay up.
Which is funny because after watching this match play and a lot of other matches in this on this hole right here, 3 is the play. I mean, 3 is what you like. Birdie is what you like to get, but 3 is the play on this hole.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm looking at a 40-foot putt for birdie, I'm really happy.
Right. So now, what do you think? You think
Well,
you gave it away?
I know I did because he's sitting under the basket. So I'm like, okay, that's one. That's one. It's fine. It's still early though.
And 1 on hole 2 is not that much. I mean, even me thinking I just got 1, I can't be thinking too ahead of myself,
Right.
Because there's still plenty of golf left.
Of course, it's 18 holes, and it's
Exactly.
it's match play, not skins.
Yep. And it's not every little hole counts, but at the same time, every little hole
Hole
counts.
counts. Right. So what'd you throw here?
I believe that was a Heat. Tie-dye Z-Flex, a little yin-yang.
Did you pass that bridge on that one?
Yeah,
I thought
I'm
you
actually,
did.
I'm right there at that dead tree.
Right.
by
That's
the
what
basket.
I was thinking. I know you came up a little left and hit the tree, right?
No, I'm pretty much.
He
parked.
slides right behind it, 10 feet. Yeah, 10,
Oh,
15
I've watched
feet.
too many matches. Sorry, I'm gonna have to wait till the shot throws. There's a few of them I remember very well here. So what are you thinking?
Oh, just do my thing, make my putt.
Yeah, I think we're both like 15 feet from the basket.
Yeah.
So just easy tap in, hopefully.
Nerves are definitely going because I'm not used to getting videoed, so there's definitely a level of nervousness there.
So being closer helps, huh?
Oh, yes, definitely.
A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, just a tad. All right, you're teeing off on hole 4. You've gone first so far. How you feeling? You're 1 up going into hole 4.
Comfortable. I know what I'm going to throw on this hole every single time. It's my zone. Just
Really?
throw it. Yeah, just throw it flat, really hard to the right, and it's going to fall at the basket almost every single time.
And that is a big
That's a-
old
that's a-
pond to cover.
That's a
Retention
bump
pond.
for his own, man. 287.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good shot.
I like
Hyzer
it.
a little bit, or are you throwing
Just,
straight at it?
No, try to throw as flat as I can and be to the right of that tree.
You just
that's
got to beat
down there
that
by the-
one tree.
Yep.
Yeah, you
And
do it perfectly.
Yeah. You
What are
park
you like
that.
2
Yep.
feet from the pin on this?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I was pretty close.
Kind of using it as a backstop.
Yeah, exactly. And the zone likes to slap into the side. I mean, sometimes it will get on its edge and roll, but not really.
What'd you throw?
T-Bird, I think. Yeah, blue one. Yeah, T-Bird.
And not bad.
No, it wasn't a bad shot.
No, but still.
There's a lot of pressure on this putt now because I know he's.
Look at that good-looking
under the
guy over there
basket.
in the red. I like that
Yeah.
kid. That youngster. So what are you thinking?
Just don't miss. And then I miss.
Miss. So you're not worried about the comeback at all on that?
No, of course not, because there's no point to be worried about.
Okay.
It.
I'm
You
asking.
gotta hit the putt, or you lose the hole. So
Right.
if you blow past it 40 feet, it doesn't matter. Just gonna pick it up anyways.
So you can see that putt to Nate.
Yeah.
Now, there is some game in conceding short putts, correct?
Don't give him the putting practice. But that wouldn't have even been a putt. He could have reached out and just dropped it in.
Yeah, it was.
But when there are those opportunities, when you do realize that they're fairly close, it is nice not to
Yeah.
do that. Probably the hardest hole on the course, would you say?
Yeah, definitely the hardest hole. You got so much room to work with, and no, not really. It's just a little putter shot.
This was the first time I saw a chink in the armor, though. This is really the first mistake he made.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I'm thinking, okay, good, I can get one back here, and then I blow it.
Yeah.
There's a
Nervous?
lot of those little moments.
I wouldn't say nervous. I just kind of put a little extra pressure on myself because I knew he had no opportunity for the birdie. So I'm like, I can get one here. So I put a little more pressure on myself, and I just, shanked it. So no big deal.
And you're thinking here?
Definitely got to make it just to push the hole, or just to push it. Mm-hmm. Because he laid up knowing that I'm a little further away.
And people, if you can't really tell, that's a sharp drop down to the water right behind you.
At least 7 feet. Mm-hmm. No water or anything down there.
He made
but
you
it's
put
just
that
a-
out.
I don't think we didn't even say anything. I just picked it up and threw
See,
it.
therein lies sometimes where you're paying attention to other things and not really the game, the nerves. Sometimes you're like, okay, I've made my shot. Let's move on.
That's kind of how I get in my own head a little bit with
Right.
that stuff. Yeah, it's
Instead,
definitely
turn around going, hey, you're good.
exactly
Right.
It wasn't anything against Brian, no.
Another good-looking guy right there. All right. So, not a bad shot on this hole whatsoever.
Nope.
I mean,
A little straighter than I wanted.
right.
It just pushed really straight. I believe it threw a buzz.
But basically, these last two holes, they're basically the same throw, like a rinse, wash, repeat. Would you not say?
Further.
This one's a little.
This one's definitely a mid-range throw for me.
But same kind of throw, right?
Definitely
a little
so-
hyzer.
yeah, a little hyzer.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Little
know,
hyzer.
don't want to hit too far to go down into the water.
I'm thinking I have to make this putt, but you've got that cliff. Right
Yes,
behind the
that's what I'm
basket,
saying. So the risk reward going for it with that drop off is now you've gone past it, which is a little bit better shot.
a little bit. I still have that cliff behind it, though.
and you're kind of pinned behind that tree too.
A little
so you got to
bit.
straddle.
And everybody knows I hate straddle putts.
yeah, I'm right there with you, man.
And doink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've tried getting that disc through that basket so many times. It just has not worked yet.
Nope.
I mean, just try to get right through the basket.
Yeah.
Has it worked for you yet?
No.
No. It's crazy. So we move on to hole 7. I kind of like this hole. It may be the hardest hole.
I wouldn't necessarily say hardest. It's the most scenic, and it's the most, to me, it's kind of more challenging than most of the others. You got a low ceiling, 300-foot shot to the basket. If you're getting a birdie on this one, it's because you laced your line and did exactly what you needed to do. Mm-hmm. Which I did not do.
I can tell by your demeanor when you're walking back towards your bag. So what are you thinking? When you see someone drive like
Go
that, what are
straight.
you thinking?
I'm just trying to I'm just trying to bang it into the side of the hill and be close.
Okay.
And
And that's the best shot I've ever thrown on this hole.
pured it.
And you're laying up. Go for a layup here.
Oh, I'm trying to throw it in.
Okay. As you can see.
Getting ready
Study
for that.
putt.
Yeah, a little
Hemi's
step
favorite
putt.
words, the study putter. Isn't that what you said it was? Study putting?
We got behind some study putters.
Yes, we did. So we got
Study putters.
Yeah, I mean, they did every 35 seconds. They were studying every putt. Now, they did well, so can't give them grief about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And you, got to make it.
Yeah, this is my chance to get one here.
Mm-hmm.
And
All right,
it
so how you feeling
capitalizes.
now?
Ooh, is this a little slow mo?
Yes, a little slow-mo. Look at that. Oh.
Nice.
Straight from ML Productions, thank you very much. And Mr. Matthew Lang. Very well done, sir. Very well done. So you just finally took your first skin.
Yep.
How you feeling?
Honestly, the nerves and everything kind of melted away after that. Now I'm comfortable.
And how are you feeling?
I'm at 11 now. At that point, letting him, yeah. Once he gets one on me, and it's one of those kind of deals where my anxiety started going through the roof. It went from 10 to 11, and I knew I needed to step my game up a little bit more.
This is a tough shot. Risk reward's high. That basket's tucked in next to that bayou again. That doesn't do it justice. The angle there does not do that justice for the risk reward of that
Yeah,
shot.
this was a nervy.
That
putt
right there was extremely a difficult shot.
right towards the water.
Oh yeah. And what a putt!
So
You
clutch.
see that?
So
What are you thinking?
Clutch. Because it's a death putt, and
Yeah.
I'm so I'm that close.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, I'm safe. I should be able to make this tap in and just push this hole, do my thing, and
Just slide it to the right.
Yep.
Was it the footing?
Probably just a little bit of everything. Footing, nerves, knowing that I needed to make it.
I mean, I feel like that's
It
a
just-
putt you're going to make 99 times out of
And
100.
it just came out a
I've
little
seen
bit
you make
loose
that
to the
putt,
right.
and I've seen you make harder putts than
Oh,
that.
definitely. It's definitely a nerves thing for me for the most part. I get
That's
get
the
in
last
my
time
head
I
a
saw
lot.
So now you're. That's the last time you saw that disc. So
I've
now
never-
you're
I haven't
up.
seen that disc since then.
And now you're even, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so
I throw it in the
you
water.
throw it right into the water. Is that not something that typically happens to us anyway? You get a birdie, and the next thing you do is you get a bogey just to make up for it,
Poetic
right?
justice, man.
So you've thrown it there. You saw him go in the water. So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking try to just place it down there for possibly a birdie, easy 3, and I throw it right into those trees.
This was a great upshot, though.
So, yeah,
That was
Yeah.
great up shot.
Such a scary shot.
But I mean,
But throwing
I
in the
needed that
water,
too.
yeah, throwing the water where you did while losing the disc, which is heartbreaking.
It's best case scenario. Right?
Yeah, at least you're going to go ahead. He didn't park it. You're going to push the hole. Kind of breathing a little easy after that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to go out of bounds,
oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I had an opportunity to capitalize, and that's my game is throwing putters. So I didn't do what I normally do perfectly. So
Right. So now we go back to hole 10. You're still on top of the box. What are you thinking right here?
this hole scares me.
Okay.
Because it's dead straight, and if you fade a little bit, you're going in the water. And I threw it way too high, and I'm lucky that I flipped it just enough to keep it right in the middle. That was a lucky shot. I'm not going to lie. There was no skill involved in that. It was luck.
Where sometimes in this game, you get bad luck and you get good luck.
Yeah.
And that just happened to be it. This is a tough hole here.
very tough.
Yeah, yeah. So I was thinking of this one earlier. This one is 16, I think, are the two holes that I'm thinking about being kind of the hardest holes on this course.
This one's definitely. I mean, it's the hardest shot in disc golf is throwing a 300-foot straight shot.
Yeah, I remember we didn't know if it was out of bounds, but obviously we know now that it was out of bounds, and this kind of gave him that ability to just kind of lay that up. But that was not a bad shot. That
No,
you threw.
we
it
thought
was
it was
perfect.
perfect.
Yeah, I did too. We all thought it was perfect.
It was and I never saw that eagle again. Either.
Yeah, so two discs. If you find those are in the water, please bring them back. But
I
yeah,
thought that was a perfect shot.
yeah,
And I knew that I had to at least run it for a 3 from way down there, and I gave it a
yeah,
little.
you did. And that's a longer shot than it looks like on the video
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. I mean, the distance is definitely not telling, especially the angle in which you were down. I mean, that's
15 feet uphill, too.
yeah,
definitely.
exactly. It's a hard shot. But we move on to hole 11. Now you're up by 1, correct?
That's it.
All right. So now the tides have turned. This is wide out in the open. I expect both of y'all to bomb this. You don't disappoint, but I think you finished a little bit on the left-hand
Yeah,
side.
it didn't flip up at all, which I was expecting it to.
And I think you're about to step up and crush this hole.
We think that because typically I can. I've taken some good shots at this.
Oh
hole.
yeah, that's the one I'm thinking you're just going to crush, and both of y'all kind of just fade. You fade right, you fade left, correct? Yep.
Yeah, I did something that I've told myself I shouldn't do, and I threw a disc that I kind of recently had put in my bag. It was a Hades, and I was kind of getting used to it, and should have just thrown a strike like I
Yeah.
typically do, but I just turned over a little too much.
Sometimes shorten that bag up so it makes a choice for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, take it out. So still a putt for you. I've seen you make these before. You give it a good run. Just finish this just a little bit to the left.
Just a little.
With
Right.
his step putt, you
Yeah,
can never
you-
take anything
and like
out
I
of
said,
it.
Nate has made some, and to get to this match, you made some great putts as well. So it
Yeah.
wasn't outside your range. You too have made some great putts, and you had done well in your event leading up to this as well. But I think both of y'all just needed, hey, let's get a 3 and move on about our business,
Yeah.
right?
Pretty much.
Yep.
I had no putt there. It was a low ceiling. and-
Yep.
It being a 400-foot shot, it's a pretty. That is a tough 2 to get on that course. Just especially with how the world swirls down in that bowl and everything. Sometimes your disc can do some funky things going across that ditch.
Right. So now we're getting onto the back side of the course, correct? Sometimes the least favorite side of the course. It gets a little long. A lot of mosquitoes on that side of the course. They were
Yes.
freaking terrible. So what are you thinking here? Oh my goodness, I remember this shot.
Yeah, if I had to say, if I
This
had to
is
pick,
shot of the round.
if I had to pick one shot for myself, like personal shot of the year, it's this one.
I agree. I could not believe when you hit that line. And when you go, I can't throw it straight. That was an incredible shot. So what are you thinking here? Damn. And then you crushed it. But then you went bushes left, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that heat. It just turned over a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
And after seeing him throw, I mean, I've been playing that course since it's almost been put in, and that's one of the best drives I've ever seen on that hole.
Agreed. That is a hell of a hole right there, and what a great shot that was.
It was very good.
You had to give that a run. You didn't really have a choice.
No choice at all.
Nope.
Yeah, if you gave me 10 more chances to do that again, I'd never go close.
I doubt that. I doubt that.
But that felt
and then
good
it hit
for
that
sure.
birdie
That
right
felt
there.
really good.
I mean, that is a hole that you're looking at stepping on the boss. You're looking at, just let me par this thing and let's move on about
That
our
was the one
business.
before the round. That was the one I was probably most worried about. That and 18, that other tunnel shot.
Gotcha. So now you're up by 2, right? Going into 14. Holes are dwindling down. So what are you thinking right now? You know how many holes that you need to win out?
Yeah, no, at this point, I'm not really paying attention to that. Like right here, all I'm thinking about is don't turn this over. Don't turn this. I mean, flick is not really my game, so.
That makes 2 of us.
Yeah.
And this hole has changed over the years too, with that tree just growing.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's always been kind of a true flick turnover shot.
You're right.
There used to be kind of a hyzer line to the right. But
there used to be.
Yeah, stuff's gotten more mature over the years.
Yeah,
so it's a little harder.
these over here. So you used to be able to come. He loves that hole because he likes to take that big old lefty up over that tree and just land it in
Yep.
and smash it over it. But for most of us, it's a get up as close as you can. You still have a putt at this. What are you thinking?
Just definitely take a run at it. Try to sink the 2. I know that he had a pretty good shot. I know that he's, I think, inside the circle at that point. So just,
Man,
weren't you?
I think
thought you were.
I think we hit the same tree. I was maybe
Did you?
like 6 or 7 feet closer.
Oh no,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you were out there by me.
yeah.
Okay,
So that's
either
what I'm
way,
thinking. Yeah, I was thinking that I thought that both of y'all would give it a run, but at the end of the day, you still got to make sure you get that comebacker coming.
Either way,
We both
it's-
gave it a run.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
they're almost
Yeah.
side by side.
This is
That's
the
right.
one. This is the hole that Ellsworth was giving me crap for running it. He said after Nate missed it, you should have just laid it up. You almost blew it. I'm like, well, I don't know. I felt like I could hit it. So
Right, and you did make. I know, looking back on the round, you still made some big putts.
Definitely.
I mean, that right there looks easy, but it's not.
Well, especially when nerves are going through and you can see your putter shaking in your hand and you have to make it or else it's basically getting to the point to where you're running out of holes to pick up.
Right.
To even stay alive.
Now we move on to hole 15. You're up by 2. Starting to kind of get more out into the open a little bit, but just trying to get around some of these trees, these funny trees they kind of put in place for it here on this hole. What are you throwing here?
this is a destroyer. And I honestly, I don't really know what line to take here. I would love it if I had a big flick that I could take that left line, but I'm just trying to take a big hyzer over the trees, and somehow I get lucky and poke through everything. And
Kind of what everybody does.
I have no right to make it through all those trees. I got so lucky.
Yes, you did. I remember that shot. It was very lucky.
Not necessarily. I mean, a little poke and pray, definitely. I throw a roller on this hole. 'Cause
Right.
I've parked it a couple times doing that.
If I'm not mistaken, though, didn't it finish a little bit on the left-hand side,
Well,
but
no,
out in the open?
Well, it hit up perfect, but I smacked the tree right in the middle.
That's right.
So if I miss that tree a couple inches to the left or to the right, I'm probably inside the circle again.
So right here, you have a very technical shot using that backhand flex, right? Yeah.
This was such a good shot.
And that was a beautiful shot from where you were sitting at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the small flick line in between those trees right there, but you're still thinking backhand flex on that, and you don't want to
Yeah.
flick around that either. See, I'm thinking that's the typical shot. I'm thinking you're gonna flick around that one tree, but you like that backhand flex.
I like my roach, so I'm real confident with it. I have a lot of faith in it, so I know if I just put it on that little line, it'll float around the corner and most likely check up underneath the basket, and that's exactly what it did.
All right, so hole 18, 416 feet.
Dead straight. Another
Dead
dead
straight.
straight.
Another dead straight. Are you thinking birdie on this, or are you thinking
No.
make him birdie?
This is not a birdie hole for me. Even my best drives will end up 50 short. I'm just trying to keep it in the middle.
Okay, so you're just thinking par.
Yeah.
Make him birdie.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm really happy with where they ended
That's a
up. Right in the
great
middle.
shot.
Yeah, that is.
That is a really great shot.
Yeah. This is-
That's what I was just trying to focus on. Is trying to get my.
I was focusing on mosquitoes. Just
That's
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
I
that's an
forgot
old
about
pre-flight number orc or something like that. That I was trying to just flip up and try to get as much distance as I could.
and not a bad shot. Just to finish
No.
it. Yeah, you finished a little left. Yep.
I just didn't put enough on it.
Now the approach to this basket is deceiving a little bit because you're not really going to be able to see it as well. But those trees right there in front are low hanging,
Very low hanging.
so that you can't really hyzer into it as you typically want to. So
you got to stab at it.
Right.
You definitely have to more of a stab at it.
And you're probably what, 80 out? You think 90 out? Maybe a little further.
Maybe a little closer.
Okay, see, and that's what I was talking about. That low tree, and once again, you can't see it. You though were a little bit closer to that.
Yeah, I was still gonna lay. My whole game was layup here.
Right.
No
I know
matter
that
what
you
he
weren't
did,
going
I
for
was
it,
a layup.
but being able to lay it up, the angle he was down
I had
shooting
a-
up,
I had a
and
much
you,
easier
yeah, you had a
approach,
much
yeah.
easier approach to this. So now you're thinking, got to make this
Oh, have to even stay alive.
right.
There's 3 holes after that.
So how you feeling?
Oh, I'm on the verge of a heart attack. Probably.
I remember it's very quiet,
Very quiet,
just like that.
and I fluffed it.
Yeah, right on the top of it.
Yeah.
So you're thinking what?
Professional fluffer,
Well,
ladies
now I
and
know it's
gentlemen.
dormy, so all I have to do is push one hole and it's
Mm-hmm.
over.
Right.
And I didn't want to go to 21. I knew coming into the day, I don't want to go to 21 because he's got a huge advantage on that hole. Because for me to get to 21, it takes all my power, and so I have to sacrifice some accuracy. He's got probably 50 feet of distance on me, so it's not as hard a shot for him. So
Now
I'm
this-
like, I want to win it right here. This is what I'm thinking.
This is a hole that got just about everybody else that we saw playing because they want to take it over to the baseball court. I mean, the baseball field. So what are you doing there?
I just throw a little flex line out, so I'm never really over the field.
Right,
know
you don't
what
go
I
over
mean?
that fence side
yeah.
because pretty much everybody I saw go over that fence side, with the exception of a few, went in the field.
Yeah.
Because that wind's so hard to judge. It looks so tempting on it, right?
See, we take the same line.
It's
He
the
just
same line.
Yeah.
throws further than I do.
Yeah, he just does it way further.
And the
That was a beautiful shot, by
Yeah.
the way. But it's one of those holes that it plays to a par.
well, then unfortunately, if I don't nail a 2, and if he has a great upshot, then it's over at that point. Cause
Right. Because it plays to par.
Yeah.
It is one of those holes, like you said, playing the dormy. You're not wanting to go to the next hole. That's the hole you got to make sure that you push on. So I remember standing back here going, well, and it's a little windy, and it's
Yeah.
not going to show because they don't have flags on it. But when you get towards this baseball field out there, it's kind of like Northside Christian on 1 and 18. The wind picks up.
Yeah, you get a lot of.
You give it a
lot of-
great
it was a
run.
great bid.
I mean, that was a great run from that far away. You're probably at least 90,
Probably.
if not further out.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
90, 80 feet.
And then right here.
Like 15 feet.
So
maybe.
how you feeling right now?
Well, I'm
Are
nervous.
you still nervous?
And I hear you whispering behind me, and this is for the win. And I'm like, oh, don't say that.
Well, I got to tell everybody what's going on. So obviously you won the match. We get the opportunity to interview you afterwards. You were very gracious in your winning. And I like to also say you were very gracious in defeat. And I know it's difficult at that time and how much you wanted it. And it's
yeah.
been amazing to see how much people have really wanted to win these matches.
Yeah.
But when you're standing right here and it's finally all over, tell me what it's like being interviewed like this. I mean, I don't know if you've ever had somebody do this to you before. So
no.
being the first time, what was that like?
Well, at this point, I'm just feeling relieved that it's over.
Okay.
I mean, it was so much fun. Don't get me wrong. I had a blast, but the nerves and the stress that was involved, you wouldn't think should be stressful, but it was stressful. And I'm just like relieved. So I don't, honestly, I don't remember this. I don't.
I thought you did great. I mean, I thought it was a wonderful moment that we were able to get captured after the event. That's for sure, because as y'all both know, it's so important to Fling Show and to Hemi, myself, and Meredith, and to Matt to bring attention to all divisions. And y'all's divisions are the ones that are right there, because both of you two, it's just whether or not you want to do it. It's not the talent to do it, it's the want to do it. And that's time. It's putting, it's effort, it's luck. There's a lot of things involved to it. You know, I don't really care about the rating system, because I think about the day. If you stand up on that tee box that day, you win, you win. If you don't, you don't. I don't care what their name is. I don't care what their ranking is. I don't give a rat's behind, to tell you the honest truth. I don't. But I think the way y'all play, y'all both have that opportunity if that's what y'all look to do in the future. And I know us on the Fling Show can't wait to see what you both do, because we also can't wait to see y'all in next year's match play, because you know we're going to be doing it again. We have some big things coming in the future, but don't think we're not going to be doing this again, because it was so much fun for us.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that giving y'all the notoriety and the cash and the money. It goes to you. You don't get a piece of plastic, but you did get a trophy. What do
Yeah.
you think about that trophy?
It's awesome. It's on my wall.
We find that sometimes people like that a little bit more than they like the cash sometimes. So that's been, I know Hemi loves that. That's for sure. So
I appreciate that y'all give AMS a chance to feel kind of like pros for a hot second. You know, we watch these guys play big tournaments all the time and on ESPN now and stuff, and for us to get followed around and videoed, and you look back on it hindsight, even if you lose, it's such a cool experience to watch and see, and I don't know, I think it's awesome that y'all give us the opportunity to do that. So I just wanted to say thank you to Chris and
It's an honor,
Hemi.
man.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
thank you.
It was an honor
Thank you.
to be a
It was
part
awesome.
of it.
All right. Anything else from you, Brian?
I don't think so, man. I
All
look
right.
forward to the next one.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. It was an incredible match. Like I said, second best to me of what we did this year. And I can't wait to see what these guys do in the future and where we go in the future. So thank y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful night. Peace, everyone. Be nice to everybody. Be kind. Peace.
Peace out.